Knowledge Check 1. A study of an early childhood intervention measured 5 outcomes in the math achievement domain. The study found that 4 outcomes were statistically significant. Operations, p equals 0.038, geometry, p equals 0.002, basic number concepts, p equals 0.021, and number identification, p equals 0.032. And 1 was not significant, counting, p equals 0.14. The new critical values for the 5 outcomes are as follows: 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, and 0.05. How many outcomes remain statistically significant after adjusting for multiple comparisons using the Benjamini-Hochberg method? A. None. B. 1. C. 2. D. 3. E. 4. F. 5. The correct answer is E. All 4 of the outcomes that the study found were statistically significant remain significant after adjusting for multiple comparisons. Rank ordering the outcomes by their p-values and their new critical p-values, we have the geometry outcome first, the basic number concept outcome second, the number identification outcome third, the operations outcome fourth, and the counting outcome fifth. Starting with the highest p-value, the outcome for counting is not significant. Moving to the next highest p-value, the outcome for operations is significant. 0.038 is less than 0.04. Therefore, all 4 outcomes with a p-value rank of 4 or lower are statistically significant. A, B, C, D, and F are incorrect answers. There are significant outcomes. Every outcome ranked 4 or lower is statistically significant. P equals 0.038 is less than 0.04. The 5th outcome is not statistically significant. P equals 0.14 is greater than 0.05. Knowledge Check 2. For each of the following situations, the authors did not include the pre-intervention measure as a covariate in their analysis. The pre-intervention measure was measured in different units than the outcome measure. In which of the following situations would the WWC not apply a post hoc difference in differences adjustment? A. An RCT with low attrition with a pre-intervention effect size of 0.01. B. A QED with pre-intervention effect size of 0.04. C. An RCT with high attrition and a pre-intervention effect size of 0.15. D. An RCT with low attrition and a pre-intervention effect size of 0.29. The correct answer is C. An RCT with high attrition must demonstrate equivalence. The pre-intervention effect size is 0.15 standard deviations, so the authors must include a statistical adjustment for the pre-intervention measure in their analysis to receive the Meets WWC Group Design Standards with Reservations rating. The WWC's difference in differences adjustment cannot be used to satisfy this requirement because the pre-intervention measure was not measured in the same units as the outcome measure. Because the study did not statistically control for the pre-intervention measure, it receives the Does Not Meet WWC Group Design Standards rating. A is an incorrect answer. The study is eligible to receive the Meets WWC Group Design Standards without reservations rating and shows minimal differences at baseline, 0.01 standard deviations. The WWC would still apply a difference in differences adjustment because the authors did not control for the baseline difference in their analysis. B is an incorrect answer. The study used a QED and must demonstrate baseline equivalence. The difference is less than 0.05 standard deviations, so the study could receive the Meets WWC Group Design Standards with reservations rating even though the authors did not adjust for the difference in their analysis. The WWC would apply the difference in differences adjustment. D is an incorrect answer. Although the pre-intervention effect size suggests that groups were not equivalent at pretest, because it is an RCT with low attrition, the study does not need to use a statistical adjustment to control for the baseline difference. The WWC would apply a difference in differences adjustment in this situation to try to correct for the baseline difference. Knowledge Check 3. A study reports both the full Woodcock-Johnson 3 broad reading score and scores for two subscales that make up the broad reading score: letter-word identification and comprehension. All three findings are eligible and meet WWC design standards. Which of the following would the WWC consider to be main findings? A. The individual subscale scores. B. The broad reading score. B is the correct answer. The broad reading score is a composite score. The WWC would prioritize it over its component subscale scores. A is an incorrect answer. The WWC prioritizes the composite score if a study reports both the composite score and the component subscale scores. In this case, the WWC would prioritize the broad reading score. Knowledge Check 4. A study reports two outcome measures in a single domain. The effect size for one outcome measure is 0.27 standard deviations. The effect size for the second outcome measure is 0.03 standard deviations. Neither effect size is statistically significant. The mean effect size is 0.15 standard deviations and is not statistically significant. The study does not report an omnibus test for the two outcome measures. A reviewer would characterize the findings for this domain as a statistically significant positive effect, B. Substantively important positive effect, C. Indeterminate effect, D. Substantively important negative effect, E. Statistically significant negative effect. The correct answer is C. Although the reported effect sizes are positive, neither the criteria for a statistically significant positive effect nor a substantively important positive effect are met. The average effect size is neither statistically significant nor substantively important, that is, greater than 0.25 standard deviations, and none of the individual effect sizes are statistically significant. Therefore, the WWC characterizes the findings in the domain as an indeterminate effect. A, B, D, and E are incorrect answers. The criteria for statistically significant or substantively important effects are not met. This concludes our review of reporting, Module 7 of the WWC's Group Design Standards training. Let's review what we learned in this module. We learned what the WWC reports related to the effectiveness of an intervention. We covered how the WWC defines and calculates key elements for reporting, including the effect size and improvement index. We also explained different statistical adjustments the WWC may make during the process of reporting. Finally, we reviewed how the WWC characterizes study findings. Up next in the training series, Module 8 will discuss cluster-level assignment. Just a few final reminders. You can access all the resources mentioned in this module through the WWC website, whatworks.ed.gov. Please note that the full slide deck for this module is available on the WWC website. This includes detailed responses to the knowledge check questions. To receive a certificate of completion for viewing these training modules, you must view the videos on the WWC website. Thank you for viewing the reporting module.